Hey guys, my name is Haniya and this is my plant channel. Today we're going to talk about how to grow baby blue eucalyptus, which they are really tiny seeds that I'm going to show you in a second, but I found them to be super easy to germinate. And the great thing about them is that they can be a houseplant that you leave indoors in a sunny window. So what's better than more houseplants, right guys? Anyway, I have a sterile little tiny nursery pot. These guys don't get very big very quick, unlike some trees. So I'm just gonna fill this nursery pot really quickly. And the thing I love about these dwarf eucalyptus plants is that they still smell really good. So you don't even have to do a whole lot of hard work to get a full-on eucalyptus vibe without having an outdoor garden, because if you have an apartment like me, that's just not a possibility right now. So I'm filling this nursery pot pack of 6 with some sterilized potting soil. Basically just dumped a bunch of seed starting mix, some perlite, some pumice, some sphagnum moss, probably a few other things in there. It's a big mix of things, sometimes from failed plants, and I'm trying to reuse the soil. And I just fill the pot with water, boil it for 30 minutes to make sure everything in it is dead so I don't get fungus issues. And then when I need to, it's already moist and I can just stick it right in this pot, and I'm patting down this potting soil just to make room for the seeds on top. And I got my seeds from Enchanted Dreamer Co. on Etsy. They aren't super fresh, I guess, is the real truth, but they germinated just fine for me. And it says the sowing depth is 1/8 of an inch. So what I did is, and I'm gonna try to do this as carefully as possible because they're super tiny. What I did essentially was put the seeds on top of the soil and then just put a tiny layer above them, which I think is pretty standard, but you can totally forget to do that if you're like me and you're like, oh, they're planted, I just press them into the soil. I think they need to be 1/8 of an inch, which isn't totally right on top, if you get my drift. You just want to make sure that they are nestled in. I didn't tamp them down, I just kind of covered them a little bit. It may even be closer to 1/4 of an inch. But, all right, so now I'm tamping them down now that I've covered them with soil. And awesome. The ones that I currently have that I planted a little over a month ago, this is about how big they've gotten. Not super fast growth, but they seem pretty healthy. Maybe a little spindly, but I'm trying to get them under a lower grow light so that they gain some momentum sideways instead of tall ways. Neat. So my seeds are in here, and what I'm going to do is lift up my camera. I'm actually going to put them right on top of this grow mat here. Just make some room for them by moving some other things around, some other seed projects. And I'm gonna go get a humidity dome just like the rest of these guys in 1 second. But as you can see, the light is about 8 inches from the top, and I essentially just want enough on the soil. It doesn't have to be right underneath, and they should be good to go in a couple weeks. Awesome. Well, if you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, or checking out my other seed videos, which you can find right after I finish talking. Thanks, guys.